know this. I gotta have my bubble water. I'm a 51-year-old woman. It's sweaty all the time. It's always hot girl summer. Shit. It's crazy stuff. So yeah, I am a mom. I'm one of those people who made humans with my cooter. It's a thing you can do. I don't know if you guys know this, but you just let a pussy run wild. It makes more people. You gotta feed them and everything, man. It's the law. I say that as somebody who did that. About 25 years ago, I gave birth to 2 red-haired boys with ADHD. Yeah, I gave birth to Fred and George Weasley. Shit's real, man. It's real. And I'm a mom, but I'm a bad mom. Like, just to be clear, you know, my kids turned out to be awesome people anyway, so apparently I'm also an okay dad. What's up, man? Like, when I say I'm a bad mom, what I mean is, like, when someone says child porn, my first thought is pictures of my kids moving out of my house. That's the life I'm living. That's somebody who lives at home. Okay, it's fine. You can mock me for being an aspiring empty nester, that's fine. It's wild to be a parent and comedian at the same time, you guys. That's some dangerous stuff right there. Because no matter what it is you do for a living, your children will figure out how your magic works and they will use it against you. That's how that works. Like, I was hanging out at the house one day, the kids are still in school, and Mischief and Mayhem came busting in the front door. And Mayhem turns to his brother and he goes, "Hey man, I got 100% on my sex ed test." His brother goes, "Congratulations, dude. That makes you a genius." I'm over in the corner like 70% jealous comic, 30% proud mom about how that worked out. Yeah, that's a good joke. And my ego was bruised. Like, shit, he's not gonna look too easy. I have to topple myself and just be like, alright, that's a good joke, fair enough. However, I made him with my vagina. I think we know who the real genius is. What's up? Yeah, it's just, I made a comedian's mistakes with my kids, you know? Like, when the twins were really little, I told them, "Hey man, if you can make me laugh, you're not in trouble." Yeah, she's laughing right now. Don't do that. She knows, don't do that. Oh, I got the harvest on that when that kid was 17. I walked into his room and it was gross. It was gross. I was ready to file a report with OSHA. There's some bullshit in my workplace. I'm not for this. I looked at my kid and I was like, "Young man, you need to clean this room right now. You need to make this room look perfect. You need to make this room look like a magazine cover." My 17-year-old locked eyes with me. He goes, "Mom, my room already looks like a magazine cover. There's jizz everywhere." I can hear some of you guys are better parents than you, and that's fine. That's fine. But I gotta admit, I laughed real fucking hard at that joke. That's perfect structure, you guys. That was a rough moment, yes. And the worst part was, according to the terms of the agreement, I did not get to beat that kid. Which, that's alright, sounds like he's got that covered. It's fine, you guys. It's fine. Yeah, it's just hard. I think parenting is just hard because you're not prepared for the weird conversations you're going to have, the strange stuff people are going to say, strange stuff other adults are going to say to you. Like, I had a call from a school nurse talking about, "Come get your kid right now and take him to the doctor." And I'm like, "What's wrong?" Expecting, you know, no, that's not what I got. What I got was a story about how my son, who was 14 at the time, had taken the yeast that they were using that day in chemistry class for their experiment, and he had cut it into lines with his student ID card and snorted a line of yeast off the chemistry bench. She wanted me to come pick him up from school for that. I was like, I'm not rewarding that behavior, man. right? And for a comedian, a question's a cue for a joke. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that to young minds. You should not answer your child's request for real information with some shit you think is funny. Like, don't do that to your kids. I did that to my son when he was young. He came running into the kitchen, and I was cooking, so I had like a chicken neck sitting out. And he saw it, and he was like, "Mom, what's that?" And the comedian won the argument for who got to talk first. Up here, because I looked my son in the eyes and I said, "Kid, that's the chicken's penis. That's what you make gravy of." That dude's 25, he still won't eat gravy. Shit, man. Listen, I think I was just a hot mess of a parent because I'm a hot mess of a person, alright? Like, I bet I'm the only person in this room that's ever called their best friend at 2 in the morning and said, "Hey, you gotta come over to my house right now because we gotta go out in the desert and bury this vibrator." I used to have a joke in one of my sets back in the day about how I did not own a vibrator, so I was afraid of moisture and electricity. Not trying to sizzle my twat, people, alright? It's not what I'm up to. So I did that joke on a show full of guy comics, and my coworkers responded to that joke by buying me a vibrator, correct? They were very proud of themselves when they presented it to me too. They were like, "Look, it saved the orange because you're clumsy." I didn't think a whole lot about it, man. I took it home and I threw it in a drawer. And about 6 months later, I walked into my bedroom and I found the twins, who were 6 years old at the time, playing with the pieces. Because they had taken this thing completely apart. One of the boys was waving the orange sheet like a lightsaber when I walked in. And listen, I told you guys, I'm a bad mom. I don't have a lot of good parenting advice, but this right here, I'm going to tell you, is gold. So young people, write this down, keep it close to your heart. Remember this later in your life. If you ever walk in on your children playing with your sex toys, stop and take a photo. Listen, man, this picture right here will end an argument with a 16-year-old super quick. Win that fight. The problem I had after that was I had a pile of vibrator parts, and I was a single lady living alone in an apartment complex. I did not want to throw that in the trash and have all my neighbors get together and be like, "Holy shit. You guys, what's wrong with the pussy and 2B? There's wrecking vibrators." It's not a conversation I want to have in the mailbox, you know what I'm saying? I am 52. I just turned 52 on Monday. 52 is old as hell. I like it. Thank you. I like it. I like being older. It's weird, but I like it. It's just my meat sack is doing all this crazy stuff. And the 3D printer is going into the shutdown mode. Yeah, it's pretty wild. And like, we're getting to know each other, so listen. In the area of feminine moisture, I know you may have heard it said that some ladies are Arizona and some ladies are Minnesota. I know that's true. I know it's true because I got to be in Minnesota for 30 years. It was great. Those are some great lakes. That lady back there is one of the best friends. Yeah, they were Great Lakes, but now I've been forced into a roster change I did not sign up for, man. It is sandy in my shorts. I don't fucking like that part. I'm not happy about it. But there's some millennials in here, so give it up for them. 5 it up for millennials. Come on. Come on. Hell yeah. Millennials are my favorite generation. Because that's the generation that decided to take lube and lace it with cannabis. Thank you. Appreciate you. It's good. I'm down for that. Yeah, man, you know, it's pretty wild being 51. My butthole's worn out. I am upset about this, you guys. I didn't even take it off-roading or anything, okay? No off-label uses. This is not right. myself what I thought was smart. I thought I made myself smart. I did not. Spoiler, she was not smart. But in my intoxicated state, I decided the way I would deal with my busticated butthole instead of going to the doctor, which is what you should do, okay? Hey, if you're my age, just let them roofie you, okay? Just fill up your playlist with the butthole surfers, you'll be fine. Don't do what I did, get high and decide a good idea would be to take, topical cannabis ointment and a Q-tip. Frost my own donut. I did that, you guys. I'm here to report it's minty fresh. It's very, very fresh. This is very fresh. And I don't feel like I need to do any other drugs now. I feel like I'm good. I feel like I'm good because no matter, even if it's just cannabis, it's just marijuana, it's harmless, it's legal. Yeah, but I did it up the butt, right? So that makes me a top tier drug user. I feel like I made my point. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm going to do one more joke and get out of here. Make some noise for Plan B birth control. Clap for that. Come on, make some noise. We love this stuff, right? I'm jealous of your fancy millennial birth control, guys. It's cool. I didn't have that toy when we were younger. That's kind of cool. I think it's great, but I do think we've got to talk about the name of this product, because that's a lie. It's true. I don't know if you know this, but I looked it up online, and Plan B is about 70% effective. And if you're keeping score, that's not a B. All right. Some of you guys are looking at me like I promised you a sex joke, and then I gave you a math joke. That's bullshit. But every time I do this joke, there's at least one dude in the audience who's just terrified. Just a big gasp. So it's like part public service announcement, part joke. Okay, young people, when you go home tonight, you do that thing young people do, y'all just remember, that's Plan C on us. All right, good night. Thanks so much.
Give it up for Maria Lee Allen.